Hello and welcome to another edition of Inside the West Coast Conference on the W.TV, powered by Campus Insiders. I am Shae Peppler, and let's get to some news and notes from around the conference. And let's start with men's soccer. St. Mary's topped number 4 Washington in Seattle in overtime this week. The game-winning goal came from freshman Antonio Lacosu in the 94th minute. This is the Gales' first ever win over a top 5 opponent. On the women's side, Santa Clara came back to beat Fresno State after being down 3-1 following the first half. Sofia Huerta had her 4th hat trick with the Broncos, and she is your WCC Player of the Week. Santa Clara ended up beating the Bulldogs 4-3. Well, let's hit the hardwood now as we are about 2 months from the start of the regular season. We welcome head coach of the Pepperdine Waves, Marty Wilson, and coach entering your 4th season with the Waves. You've built on your win total in each of your 3 years in charge. What have you seen this offseason that makes you confident that streak will continue?
I think that probably the first thing is the growth of our leadership. I've challenged Stacy Davis. I've challenged Jet Raines mainly, as well as Jeremy Major, being a young guy. But those guys have played a lot of minutes for us. I've challenged them to do more and not be satisfied with what you mentioned of us gradually getting better and expect more out of themselves, challenge them, their teammates to expect more out of themselves and try to hold each other accountable.
Well, Coach, you mentioned all of the leadership, but a very young team this season. Where are your biggest concerns in having only 3 upperclassmen on your roster this year?
You know, not so much the concerns of the class, probably the concern of losing Brendan Lane, him being a 5th-year guy, experience, guy with size, quite possibly one of the smartest guys I've been around in terms of basketball IQ, understanding what we wanted to do, when we were doing it, how we were defending certain things, and then just him covering up mistakes for other guys, whether it was offensively or defensively.
Well, Coach, let's go back to this. We mentioned the 3 upperclassmen. One of those guys is your leading returning scorer and rebounder, Stacy Davis, who you talked about earlier. What have you seen from him, and how have you seen him continue to develop?
Tell you what, he's grown, he's matured, he's become quicker, and I've challenged him also on the court to work on his perimeter skills, where we can put him out on the perimeter, create more shots, continue to shoot the 3 as he did, and I think he's done all of that on top of trying to help some of the young guys continue to develop and grow.
Coach Wilson, thanks so much for the time. Good luck this upcoming season.
All right, thank you.
And that will do it for this edition of Inside the West Coast Conference. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you next time.